Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance using our 5 sets of indicators, and what we're going to see here today might scare your altcoin socks off. And we'll take a look at a couple of examples to show the difference between altcoin and Bitcoin and altcoin and the US dollar, so that you can see what the difference is in Bitcoin dominance growing and why it's important to have your altcoin money in Bitcoin if this is the case. There is no way to know the future, but I want to journal this out so that I can look at it later. So on average, as this is rising, that means we should have our altcoin money in Bitcoin. That means Bitcoin is rising in US dollar faster than the altcoins. Now the altcoins may take off. There's no way to know the future. And when they do take off, what we are going to see is this will top out and start to drop. That is the sign of altcoins taking off when Bitcoin dominance drops. In technical levels, we've got the top trend line, we've got the bottom trend line. Those are important for overall watching where things go. Second, we've got a top formation here that we are bumping up against, and so failure from here would be really significant. I think the weekly relative strength index is the most telling that there is a shift going on, in that what we see going on from the price level from here to here, where that RSI shift happened, and the prices really didn't shift down quite as dramatically as the RSI did. The second thing is that we've come back to these support and resistance levels from the past that were really significant. In the 12-hour RSI, we can see a double top setup here and a significant divergence, and this took place over a 7-day period. So it is more powerful when the 12-hour relative strength index divergence happens over a 7-day period. I would say that the 4-hour MACD indicator gives us some of the most clean measurables here, with our divergence setting up and our ability to watch for the histograms going negative, giving us a very clear place to watch for the difference between the bullish and the bearish hit here in dominance. The 4-hour Ichimoku cloud gave us some very clear levels to watch, the blue line crossing over the red line as things are coming down from here, breaking down below that top formation and showing us that double top and this hammer reversal candle. And again, the 4-hour time frame on the Bollinger Bands is what's giving us the signals that this double top could be a great place for dominance to start dropping here and alts to start taking off. Of course, the best time to be into the altcoin bull market is right at the very beginning, and only buy the coins that are actually taking off. And we're at, of course, a perfect position now to start building out our portfolio. If dominance is dropping, this is how we're going to measure it. All of these coins that are in neutral stance now will come into alert as they're almost breaking out of the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, and the exponential moving average is breaking positive on the 12-hour time frame. This is really a big change in trend. As they go from alert status over to hold status, that's when we'll be picking up some of these coins if that matches your trading plan. And I'm very bullish about it because we've had the bull market already start in the past. We were going strong here. In February, we had 133 markets that were past the bull market into hold stance. But then coronavirus hit and everything pulled back. That doesn't mean that these projects are all dead. It just means that the whole economy got shifted back, just like gold and silver and Bitcoin prices. Altcoins are all going to take off again. And this is the way to get prepared. This is the way to know exactly which are the coins taking off. And this is the time to be there so that you can be building out your portfolio just with the coins that are going into our hold stance. And I'm always excited to say that you never have to purchase any of this stuff. I give it away for free. You can get the entire plan that the Bull Market Watch is built on by downloading the free webinar over on the website. Put your email address in, get the free webinar and the study guide. You could do the Bull Market Watch spreadsheet yourself. The Bull Market Watch is a subscription service because it saves you so much work. If you are practicing the trading plan that you learn in the free webinar, the Bull Market Watch spreadsheet gives you the option to log in and scroll across to see any coin that you're interested in, any coin that you're studying, to see where it stands against the others and what you might be doing with that coin according to the trading plan. Have you ever wondered why the price of ADA versus Bitcoin is different than the price of ADA versus USDT? In this second chart here, we are seeing ADA at the US dollar price. It's at 5 cents per coin. That's the price of it. And as Bitcoin goes up, it is at, we can see on the far side over here, it's 9,640 right now. The thing that makes ADA Bitcoin price go different is when Bitcoin does something differently than the alts do. The ADA slash Bitcoin price level will stay the same as ADA is going up at the same pace that Bitcoin is going up in US dollar. But it changes when ADA is going up or down slower or faster than Bitcoin. And so the bull market watch is put together so that we keep all of our money in Bitcoin, and then we only put our money into altcoins when altcoins are rising in US dollar faster than Bitcoin is. Let's take a look at another example here. If we go and take a look at algo versus Bitcoin price, we can see that algo versus Bitcoin has gone down considerably as Bitcoin prices have gone up, and we can see that they've gone opposite directions. But if I bring up the algo versus US dollar price, it's not nearly as dramatic. In fact, all that has happened is that algo prices have pretty much gone sideways and Bitcoin prices have gone up. So when we look at algo versus Bitcoin, we can see that Bitcoin got, further ahead in the race than algo did. But when we're comparing them to US dollar, algo stayed about flat. Now this was one of the biggest mistakes I did in my altcoin trading in 2017. I held on to my altcoins because they were still going up in US dollar value, but Bitcoin was going up way faster than altcoins in US dollar at that time. It was one of the biggest trading mistakes I made. And so I put together the bull market watch spreadsheet so that it gets us into and out of the bull market when it occurs. The spreadsheet doesn't have an opinion, it doesn't have an expectation, it doesn't have a bullish bias. It just sees what's going on in the technical analysis. And so then we can see exactly when we should be getting in, and without any denial, we can see when we should be getting out of the altcoins and back fully into Bitcoin. And so the great thing about the bull market watch isn't just that it tells us when to get in, but the fact that it has kept us fully in Bitcoin through this last period has been a great benefit because Bitcoin has been going up. Dominance has been rising. The alts have been going down in value versus Bitcoin. We'll use the same amount of Bitcoin now to buy alts at a very much cheaper price. The thing is, we've got to watch for these alts to complete their bottom formations here versus Bitcoin. That'll show us that algo versus US dollar is rising faster than Bitcoin is rising versus US dollar. Right now, it may not be the case. It may be that algo just continues to go sideways at 20 cents per coin, while Bitcoin goes from $10,000 to $20,000, which means that algo versus Bitcoin is going to go from 2,000 Satoshi to about 500 Satoshi. But only if dominance is going up, only if this is actually playing out. So we have to keep our eye on these US dollar and the crypto prices so that we can know exactly when that shift is occurring. Here's another example of the alt versus US dollar where ATOMCOIN is going pretty much sideways, holding at $2.50 per coin, very, within a couple little bit here. But if we go and look at Atom versus Bitcoin, it has been absolutely hammered while Bitcoin dominance has been rising. This is the effect. Bitcoin is going up while Atom price is pretty much going sideways. That's what results in the altcoins getting hammered. The good thing about the altcoin season coming up is that when these altcoin versus USDT bottom formations start to break higher, we'll have the advanced warning that our altcoins are likely having really good bottom formations setting up here. So I hope this gives you some insight and some specifics on how to measure if Bitcoin dominance is really wrecking the alts, and exactly when it turns around and goes the other way, how we know exactly which alts to get into. Super glad to have you here. Looking forward to hearing your success stories in all of the alts. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.